Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to talk about 12 books I would recommend to people that want to start reading. I'm not going to be talking much about them, but I will be saying a couple things or two that I like about them and why I recommend them. So my disclaimer for this video is that I will be butchering some of the names and I do apologize for that. The first book I will be talking about is Red Queen by Victoria Aveyard, and this book I read a while back and I actually hated it at first. But once you get about the 50% mark, it gets so good you just cannot put it down, and I really recommend it for people that really love dystopian novels, you know, a strong feminine hero. The second book I will be talking about is The Fifth Wave by Rick Yancey. I absolutely loved this book from start to finish. I could not put it down ever since I started it. I did read the book before the movie, of course. I really recommend this book to people that really love sci-fi and you really want to start getting more into pop culture or things like that. This is totally the book for you. Of course, I think it goes without saying that at one point or another you've gotten a recommendation to read Harry Potter by J.K. Rowling. This is a book that means so much to so many people, and if you have watched the movies but haven't read the books, this is a fantastic way to get into reading. Harry Potter is just unbeatable. The following book I totally recommend to people that enjoy love stories and you just can't get enough of this happiness. And the book I'm talking about is Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. It is just such a good book. I loved it. I loved the whole series. It just gets better and better for me. This is a book, or rather series, that I have recommended more than once to more than one person. The following book that I recommend is Meant to Be by Laura Morrill. This is a book that when I initially started reading, I really got into it. I couldn't put it down. I just loved it so much. And yeah, for some, the book might be full of cliches, but sometimes cliché is all we need. I mean, they work for a reason. They're there. And it is just such a cute love story. I love it. My following book is Love Rosie by Cecilia Ahern. I really love this book, and I will say that I read it after I saw the movie, and if you've seen the movie you might be questioning why I would recommend this to you, but it is just so much more painful, but it is so much better. It is just a lot more satisfying when we finally reach the end. My fond recommendation, there's a movie for it, and a lot of people are surprised that there's a book for it. I'm talking about The Martian by Andy Weir. It is such a good book. I loved the book so much better than the movie. And sure, the movie might be good, but the book, honestly, believe me, it is so much better. The book is just so witty, so entertaining. The author is just amazing. I just love it. I really can't wait to read more about it. My following book is one that I always recommend to anybody, and I just cannot stop recommending it. And here I'm talking about Cinder by Marissa Meyer. I just love this book, and if you love retellings of any sort of kind, this is for you. And even if you don't, this is still for you. I really recommend it. It is such a good series. The way she writes is just so amazing, and I will of course be getting into more details about that. My following recommendation is a book that everybody's aware about, and you might have seen the movies, and if you haven't, do you live under a rock? Now, I'm talking about The Hunger Games by Susan Collins. Yes, I'm aware I'm missing a cover, and I'm aware that this is not The Hunger Games. But let me explain. I have read the series so much that, of course, my books are bound to get worn out, and I have replaced my books so many times, and my Hunger Games copy has actually just been damaged beyond repair. I'm pretty sure it got some water damage, which is why it's not around anymore. If you've seen a movie and there's a book for it, that is such a safe way to go. What better way to read a book than one that you already know you're gonna love? Now, if you are more into thrillers, I really recommend All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. This is such a good book. I recently just finished it and I loved it. I did not expect half of the things that were going on. If you have read a book before, you've seen The Girl on the Train, this is totally for you. I've actually had this book for over a year and I only just read it. Now, if you do read and you want to get more into the classics, my personal recommendation is Tarzan by Eric Rice Burroughs. It is such a good book, and I was a little surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did, but at the same time, there is a reason this guy is so legendary. It's a little disrespectful calling the guy. The man. There's just something about this book that is just so addicting. The way Tarzan is finding his way into what we call humanity, but in reality, we come to realize that there is a different definition to humanity. Now, my last recommendation is a book that I love so much, and some people are surprised that I have even read this book. It is just such a good book. I cannot get enough of it, and I really urge you to read it if you have not. And the book I'm talking about is The Help by Catherine Stockett. This book is just so absolutely beautiful. That is just everything to me. I feel like the reason that this book is so personal to me is because when I was younger I actually had a Nana, So it's a whole different thing to be able to see the perspective of one that takes care of a child instead of being the actual child. And that is actually it for my recommendations. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. And below I will link all the reviews that I've posted about the books that I mentioned today. And also, please don't forget to subscribe. That would mean so much to me, and feel free to leave some suggestions as to what I should do next. And lastly, I'm currently reading Fitness Junkie by Lucy Sykes and Joe Piazza. It is the same book that I was reading last time, but it's just so good that I really want to take my time with it. And I am actually reading a couple of things, but that would be too long a list. And again, thank you so much for watching.